On the edge of Finland's silent forests, where the water meets the trees and fog drifts across the surface, lies a lake that looks like a painting, Lake Bodom. To outsiders, it's serene, but to those who know its story, it carries a shadow. In the summer of 1960, 4 teenagers, just kids really, pitched a tent by the lakeside. They were looking for freedom, laughter, maybe even love. It was supposed to be a night of music, swimming, and stories under the stars. But by morning, the forest was no longer silent. It was stained with horror. 3 were found murdered, brutally stabbed and beaten while they slept in their tent. Only 1 survived. His name was Niels Gustafsson. He was 17, left with broken bones, knife wounds, and the unimaginable weight of memory. But here's the question that's haunted Finland for decades. What really happened on that lakeshore? There were no witnesses, no cameras, no phones, just the still waters and the trees, holding secrets no one could hear. At first, suspicion turned outward. Investigators searched for drifters, fugitives, anyone who could have wandered near the camp that night. Eyewitness reports surfaced. Someone claimed to have seen a man dressed in black standing on the shore, watching the tent in the early morning light. But the sighting was never confirmed. Then suspicion turned inward. Some wondered if the killer was among them. Could Niels, the lone survivor, have been both victim and murderer? Decades later, he was put on trial. But after months of testimony, conflicting evidence, and speculation, he was acquitted, cleared. Yet doubts never disappeared. Forensic science, limited in 1960, left gaps that modern techniques still struggled to fill. Blood patterns didn't make sense. A stolen wallet and keys were never found. And the knife, possibly the murder weapon, was never recovered. Even now, investigators and amateur detectives pore over files, searching for answers that remain just out of reach. But the Lake Bodom case is not just about unsolved details. It's about something deeper, the fragility of safety, the way one ordinary night can collapse into tragedy. For Finland, it became more than a murder. It became a story every parent whispered to their children, a reminder that darkness can touch even the most innocent places. Some say the case has echoes of a folk tale. Young lovers at the water's edge, struck down by an unseen hand. Others see it as a warning of trust and vulnerability, of how little it takes for life to fracture. 60 years later, the lake still looks beautiful. Tourists swim there, families picnic on the grass. But ask the locals and many will tell you, the silence feels different at night, as if the forest remembers. As if the water itself carries voices beneath the surface. The Lake Bodom murders remain one of Europe's most chilling, unsolved crimes. A story without an ending. And maybe that's what makes it so haunting, because the unknown has a way of living on. Every ripple of that lake is a reminder that some mysteries never close, that beneath beauty, shadows wait, and that somewhere out there, a killer walked away, leaving only silence and a survivor who carried the weight of 3 lost lives. Lake Bodom is more than a place on the map. It's a wound in Finland's memory, a night without witnesses, a question without an answer. And maybe, just maybe, the reason it still grips us is because we fear how easily that night could have been ours.